वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्रीकृष्ण टू ऑल। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। Going before Antaryami inside hearts of all of you, let us start next session of Geeta in English. In last session, we have completed eight shloks, 8 shlok from Adhyay 2. So in 8 shlok, Arjun is saying that even if I get the kingdom of entire earth, and that too how asapatnam. So asapatnam means, sapatna means, literal meaning of sapatna means one who has born from second wife, means uh, our step brother or sister, but then in sentence it is used as here specifically its meaning is enemy. So what Arjun says in 8 shlok is, even if I get kingdom of entire earth, and that too without having any small or big enemy inside, and Ruddham is prosperity, Dhanya means your wealth, the plenty of food means abundance. The state of abundance is called as Ruddham. Even if I get kingdom of or superiority to gods, or even if I become their king, still what he says, nahi prapashyami means I cannot see mama anu mama apanudyat. Mama apanudyat means the can take away. So I am not able to see that anything can take away what? Yachoka mucho shadam indriyana. The kind of grief I have struck with, I am not able to see anything which can take this grief away. And how that grief is? Uchchosharam means it is drying all my senses. That is what Arjuna is saying. Now, after saying this, in 9th shlok, Sanjay is telling what happens to Arjun. Sanjay uvacha eva muktva ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः. So now Sanjay is telling now Sanjay is calling Dhritarashtra Parantap. Now this can be little like surprising for us, that how Dhritarashtra can be considered as Parantap. So we should understand that Dhritarashtra is son of Maharishi Vedvyas, and at the end of Mahabharata, after the war is complete, finally Vidurji, that is Dharmaraj Yamadharma himself, he preached words of wisdom to Dhritarashtra, being his elder brother. And finally, they went together along with Gandhari Kunti in for Vanaprastha, and there in like fire, they all uh, died, but they were they died when they were meditating, so they got salvation. So ultimately, in that same birth, Dhritarashtra has got salvation, and he is son of Maharishi Vedavyas. So definitely, he must have been tapasvi earlier, and with some moha, some eluded attraction, or with some dire desire for having power over others, he might have gone in wrong direction for some births. So Sanjay is calling Dhritarashtra as Parantapa, and what he is telling, Evam Uktva means saying this, uh, uh, he he sat down. What did he say? Na yotse. I will not battle. That is what Arjun said. And here Sanjay is addressing Arjun as Gudakesha. Gudakesh, there are different meanings to Gudakesh. Gudakesh, one meaning is uh, the one who has conquered his sleep. So conquering sleep is very high state of yogi, because there is one simple rule. If you meditate, and if that meditate is up to certain level, that rest and that happiness what you get in that can replace your entire sleep. So if you meditate well for uh, say 4 hours, it may replace 8 hour sleep. If your meditation goes beyond that, means beyond certain level, then even your 1 hour meditation can replace your entire sleep. So Arjun has control over sleep. Means what does that mean? That doesn't mean that Arjun never sleeps. He can sleep whenever he wants, and he sleeps in such an alert way that in case of any sense of danger, which is he can again wake up. That is one. Other thing is Gudakesh is the one who is having beautiful hairs. So uh, why beautiful hair? It is not just beauty of hairs. It is said that when once Arjun was sleeping, and somebody asked Krishna that among Pandav, why you prefer Arjun more? Then Krishna being that person to the place where Arjun was sleeping, and though Arjun was sleeping, that person could hear sound Krishna, 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 and it was coming from his hair. So Krishna Bhakti was so encompassed his entire body that even his hairs were like vibrating in that frequency, so that Krishna Krishna sound is coming was coming out of those kesh. That's why Gudakesh. One more meaning of Gudakesh is the one who has control over his indriya. So not only sleep, because obviously to control sleep you have to control your indriya, because sleep is nothing but facility given to rest. Who is resting? All the indriyas. So that way also having control on sleep is kind of control of indriya as well. So uh, Sanjay is telling that even though Arjun is Gudakesh, till now the situation is telling Govinda that na yotse, I will not battle. And he sat down. Uh, sorry, he didn't sat down. He एवं एवं उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेश परन्तप न योत्सेहित गोविंदम उक्त्वा तुष्णिम बभूव. Tushnim means without any act of any indriya. That is, he stood fist over there, or he became silent. Silent, totally silent, means none of his Jnanendriya or Karmendriya are showing any further communication. Now here again Bhagwan is called as Rishikesh and again Govind. So Rishikesh is meaning of Rishikesh. Rishik is Indriya. So all the senses, each is the owner of that, the Swami of that, the controller of that. So you are the controller. Bhagwan is controller of Indriya. So even after being Gudakesh, Arjun is not able to manage his emotions or manage his Indriya. Sanjay is reminding that still Bhagwan is with him, who is Rishikesh. So though this situation is like very bottom stuck situation for Arjun, Bhagwan is there who will definitely bring him out of that. So again he is calling Bhagwan as Govinda. Govinda is again one meaning of go is cows. So Govinda is the designation given by cows by Kamadhenu to Krishna when he lifted Govardhan and saved all the cattle and gopis. So that time Kamadhenu came and she said, "This Indra was about to kill us, and you saved us, so you are our Indra. That's why Govinda." Now this is one meaning. Other meaning is Go means Indriya. Again same meaning. So Swami of Indriya, King of Indriya is Govinda. So twice Sanjay is reminding that Bhagwan is Govinda. So with Rishikesh from Bhagwan, both these names almost mean the same, Rishikesh and Govinda. Though till we are in Maya, till we think we are separate and world is separate, or our Atma and Paramatma is separate, there is slight difference in two names. So by Rishikesh, Bhagwan resides inside us and control our Indriya. And by Govinda, it is not for only me, it is all. Entire universe, all the Virat Roop, everything that exists, their Indriya is controlled by Bhagwan. So in either case, means what Sanjay is indicating that not only Arjun's Indriya will be controlled by Bhagwan, Bhagwan is going to control all Indriya of entire army. So those who are battling from Pandav side, he is going to give them valor. He is going to give them strength. He is going to give them intellect so that they can take quick decisions, and then their actions can be quick. He's going to give them oj, and it is in Bhagavad. It is that description has come that when Bhagwan entered into this battlefield, he saw entire he uh, gazed entire army of Kaurav, and with that single gaze, he sucked their life, their oj. Oj is uh, internal strength, which when emanates outside, it is called as tej, that is aura. So, a person with bright aura, that means that aura is tej, and the reason of that aura which is inside, that is oj. So Bhagwan sucked that. Bhagwan sucked their life. Bhagwan sucked their life force entirely. Uh, so that also Sanjay is somehow indicating that Govind is there. So even if Arjun has gone to this state, this will not remain. And that is what happened. Now, Sanjay is telling what reaction or how Bhagwan responded to this. Now, before going to this, one important point, I don't know whether you have noticed or not. We have mentioned a lot many times that Bhagwan started speaking when Arjun requested that I am your Shishya. So anybody can think that does that mean that if we don't ask Bhagwan or pray Bhagwan or surrender Bhagwan, is he not going to protect us? So if you consider Arjun, see, many a times you get lot of learnings, or your learning of Gita becomes more fruitful if you can put yourself in Arjun's role. So here you can see Bhagwan, though Bhagwan has not started speaking unless Arjun requested, the reason being, if person is not in listening mode, whatever good you may say, it is of not any use. In fact, in some cases, it can go against the purpose of the preaching or the advice being given. So, does that mean that Bhagwan is just dependent, or he is very indifferent from Arjun's state? So, have you given thought on this? So, if you go back and remember that Bhagwan made the sequence of the events in such a way that he will be with Arjun. So one thing is he gave option to Arjun. Of course, that choice of Arjun was important, and by that choice, Bhagwan showed that how he is impartial. He was ready to offer any help. Arjuna preferred him over Narayani Sena, and Duryodhan, of course, he preferred Narayani Sena. So it is by Duryodhan's choice he, in a way, put Bhagwan on opposite side, and Arjun chose Krishna to be on his side. And then it is Bhagwan's proactive measure that he chose to be, he said that I will not have any shastra, any weapon in hand. I will not, myself, I will not be battling with anybody. And that's why Duryodhan thought that without astra, without shastra, any yodha, means without weapon, any Yodha, any person, whatever valor he may have, he is useless. That is what he is thinking. So Arjun's thinking is not like that. Duryodhan's thinking is totally on materialistic, on external factors. Like the somebody with astra, somebody with more numbers is better than person, however wise he may be. If he is not having any weapon in hand, what is use of him? That is his thought. But Arjun was having that sense that Bhagwan, when I have Bhagwan on my side, whether he takes us weapons in hand or not, whether he battles or not, uh, I want Bhagwan with me. Means it is not even that if Bhagwan comes with me, I am going to win. Even that thought is not there. It is just pure love that he wants in this difficult situation. I want my closest friend to be with me. So that is the bonding. And Bhagwan gets bind by bhav. So Bhagwan took this care that the reason of not or of declaring that I will not have weapon in hand. So one to delude Duryodhan and choose for army, but major reason was he wanted to be with Arjun as his Sarthi, because if Bhagwan wants to take weapon in hand, then he cannot be on chariot of Arjun. So he wanted to be on chariot of Arjun. Not only that, he requested Hanumanji to be on his chariot. So he included physical safety by having Bhagwan, Maruti on the chariot. It is not just physical safety. Hanumanji in Ram Raksha, it is this verse come. मनोजवम मारुततुल्य वेगम जितेंद्रियम बुद्धिमताम वरिष्ठम वातात्मजम वानरयूथ मुख्यम श्रीरामदूतम शरणम प्रपते. So Hanumanji is also buddhimattam varishtam. Now you might have taken this experience that if the company which person has, his way of thinking becomes of that level. So and especially when you are close to the any Sant Mahatma, any holy person, or here one is Bhagwan himself, other is Hanuman, that is Bhagwan Shiv himself. So I don't know if because those who are listening, out of which I don't know if all of you could get a chance to be near to any Santa or any incarnation of God. But our experience is when we used to go for darshan of our Guru, before going there would have been, for example, sometimes there would have been like some body ache, lot of stress, this and that. Then we would have been thinking that okay, if I go after going there, I will ask Maharaj this or I will pray for this and all. And believe me, when we used to enter, and I'm saying we with all the consciousness, because it is not just my experience, it is experience of all of our Guru Bandhu, that when we just used to just enter into premises by just opening the gate and just entering into the premises, we have not even entered the house, but our all the stresses used to sublime, melt away. And many times it so happened that after meeting him, going before him, and then After coming back, then we used to remember, Arey, I wanted to ask this. Or then we used to uh, pay, once we, our attention used to go again to our mental or physical condition, there used to be drastic difference. We would be very calm, very stable, just by being with him for very few seconds, or just even coming in vicinity, or just even entering the premises of his house, not even entering, before entering his house. So this also happens if you go to the holy places like Vrindavan, Narsobachivadi. Uh, so if you are observant while you are entering that area, you will find shift inside your mind. You will find something has changed inside your body. If you are aware of that, if your attention is externally engrossed, then you may not experience that. So when we enter into any tirtha kshetra, any holy place, if you observe yourself while entering, even in temple, then you first of all you catch those vibes, which is like very positive, spiritual. It is called a chitkand. Wherever spirituality, center of spirituality is there, whether it is temple, whether it is that saint himself, or whether it is any holy place, Tirtha Kshetra, whether it is any holy river like Ganga, Yamuna. Just while going over there, just observe your mind, just observe what your body is doing, and you will observe there is a shift. Even when you are like in your house, if you are regularly doing certain spiritual practices, chanting or reading holy book, or worshipping, if you have separate place uh, uh, assigned for that, you will observe that if you are aware of what is happening inside, so from other part of home, when you enter this place, immediately those different vibes you can understand, you can feel. So here Bhagwan is so close. Hanuman is sitting over the uh, he is holding flag of Arjun, sitting over the chariot. Then the bow which is Arjun is holding is given by Indra. So that is also carrying sattvic properties. Not only that, the astra like Pashupatastra, Brahmastra, these astra, when person has that astra vidya with him, that also means the existence or manifestation of those god are also with that warrior. So considering that, Bhagwan has ensured lot of positivity around Arjun so that he will, even though he goes into some confusion or some state of mind which is called as mood, dharma sammood cheta, that is what Arjun is saying. Still, Bhagwan has made all the provision to take him out of that. And then now Bhagwan is smiling, because why somebody smiles? So Bhagwan is smiling just because he was expecting this to happen, and that point has come. So he is smiling. Now you are there. Now let me take you out of this. So this is what part of Leela of Bhagwan. So now Sanjay is telling us, तमुवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषिदन्तमिदं वचः. So here Sanjay is addressing Dhritarashtra as Bharata. So Bharata actually, whenever uh, additional means akar comes in picture in any name, means for example Vasudev and Vasudev. So Vasudev is Vasudevji, Vasudev is son of Vasudev, Bharata is son of Bharataraja. So it is clan of Bharataraja basically. So here uh, Sanjay is reminding Dhritarashtra that you remember from which clan you are, who are your ancestor, how they have left, because Bharat Raja left his kingdom at the peak and he went near Gandaki Nadi for tapascharya, for uh, uh, observing celibacy and uh, uh, going in for and went into Vanaprasthashram basically, and observing celibacy and doing tapa for Bhagwan's sakshatkar to uh, achieve or reach salvation. So he's reminding Dhritarashtra that you should be thinking like you were like Raja Bharat, who is your ancestor. And again, he is calling Bhagwan as Rishikesh. So he is telling Dhritarashtra that, Hey Bharat, hey Dhritarashtra, this Antaryami Bhagwan, Bhagwan who is uh, Swami of all Rishik, that is the Indriya, all the senses, he smiled a little. He looking at Arjun, who was in between entire armies or both between both armies. So what Bhagwan said, that comes in Shlok number 11. Okay, we have 7 more minutes. So now Bhagwan is saying, so again, see, there are some methods uh, to influence people. So there is one method which is called as uh, bullying. So just attack and tell that you are not doing something which is good. So that first method Bhagwan has already used, saying that why you are thinking like Klaibya. That is one thing. Second method is totally ridiculing person, so that his confidence on his thought process slashes down. So here Bhagwan is doing that. Bhagwan is saying, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochananvashocastvam Prajnavadansh Bhashyase Gatasun Gatasuishcha Nanushocanti Panditaha. So here if you see, Bhagwan is not saying, okay Arjun, right, why you are feeling sad because your near dear ones are being killed. But what to do? This is what Dharma has said. This is our duty. He is not going by that direction, because that big ego of Arjun. Now, somebody will say here Arjun was not having ego. He is ready to get killed also. So that is not the case. This ego is even dangerous, that he thinks that he will kill the people. So he is still unaware that everything is by Bhagwan, and we should choose what is in alignment with Dharma. So here that's why Bhagwan is ridiculing Arjun. What Bhagwan is saying, you are grieving for the one which where any grievance is not valid or not required, and you are doing that being ignorant, and the way you are speaking is like you are pandit. So uh, and he is going to explain that in further shlok. So he is also indicating Arjun that any jnana, or rather spiritual jnana or dharma jnana, that brings person to happiness. So in any case, whether your logic is correct or not is different thing. First of all, whatever you are thinking, if it is bringing you grief, that itself means your thinking is not correct. Your thought process is not correct. And this is such a clever argument that he is making Arjun aware. See, because Arjun also has studied Dharma Shastra, right? He has studied Ved. So he knows that purpose of Dharma is salvation. Salvation is nothing but removing all the sorrows and getting ultimate happiness. So if my thought process is not taking me towards happiness, that means it is not correct thought process. So this is so clever way. Instead of debating on each point, how your each point is not correct, Bhagwan is focusing on result. So this is even in neuro-linguistic programming, this kind of techniques are learned, and that is why uh, when you learn that, you become surprised that all those techniques Bhagwan has used at various places, at various events during his entire avatar karya. So uh, instead of going for each statement and contradicting him, Bhagwan is bringing Arjun's attention to the result of what he is doing. So result is you have lost your confidence. Result is you are in sorrow. Result is you are not able to decide for yourself, and still you are speaking like uh, learned and wise person, which is worth laughing. It is not worth empathizing. It is worth laughing. That is what Bhagwan showed. And this shift of paradigm. What is paradigm shift? Many of you may know, many may not. That in Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey has explained this paradigm shift. So he had given one very good example that so in a train, one person was sitting and he saw other person with his three, four kids is sitting in front of him, and those kids are a little bit violent. They are running here or there, they are breaking the things or something. And this person gets angry. But afterwards, he comes to know that these kids and that person is disturbed because they are just returning from hospital witnessing his wife's death. So these kids, their mother had died just now, and they are disturbed, and they are not able to take that sorrow, and means they are not. They are so small that they are not even understanding what exactly is happening. So once this person understand that, his way of looking at these children totally changes. That irritation changed into sympathy and compassion. So this is called as paradigm shift. So Bhagwan is by just one